Welcome to Trivette Clinic. This is the room we talked to Emily. She came with the wardrobe. And the first time I noticed her, and when I would get to the end of the hall, there was a dark shadow about this tall. We had somebody captured. There was a shadow that you see from this doorway, a huge round over, and it goes into that room, and it's into this little red room.
I do feel very drawn to the red room upstairs. The energy just shifts around the room.
Was those open?
Back where the bar is, that was where they kept them mental patients, and the way they treated them, they shackled their hands and feet.
It's almost like she's keeping something away. Hello, everybody. My name is Chastity, aka the Luminary Luna Beams.
And I'm Emily, the fine art medium.
And we're two mediums that specialize in the paranormal. Our purpose is to shed light on what goes bump in the night. That's why we call this podcast YouTube channel
Lights at midnight.
Lamp.
Bing, ding, 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 ding.
I think I hit that note pretty well this time. So it looks like I've got the moon on my head, and it's just a different lighting situation. Kind of down a light ring, but luckily we make videos now, which is kind of what this video is about. So we decided to do something interesting today, which I'm sure we'll do more of in the future, as Emily does investigations and I do more investigations. But we are doing a reaction video to our Appalachian Nightmare, which is starring yours truly and my fiance V at the Trivette Clinic. Emily, I don't think has seen this video at all. No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So yes, I'm going to talk about it more from an experience, but I also got a lot of intuitive hits at this location. Tons of them. I channeled in the day before, and I left in some cool things. I think there's 5 clips total, besides the hook and the ending, and they're rather short. So they're anywhere from 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes long until we hit the last one in the basement with the Estes session. It's a little bit longer. I think we captured some amazing evidence, and we also will still go back and do bigger YouTuber reactions at some point. But me and Emily have talked, and we would like to also do reactions for smaller paranormal channels as well, because I love supporting my local, and not just local, but smaller channels, because it's awesome. You know, we see all of the cool things that bigger YouTubers are doing, but sometimes these smaller channels catch some really interesting things that you're about to see. I know some of you guys may have seen this video already, and if you have, we appreciate it so much. We are 88 subscribers away from 1,000 and becoming YouTube creator status. So if you're not subscribed and you like that kind of content, please head over, link in the description, and subscribe, and we'll have everything there. We'd really appreciate it. We're so super close. We're only 6 videos in, 7 total with the year-end recap. But yeah,
Damn, girl.
I'm excited.
Do you know
And
how
we
many?
got
I was gonna say, do you know how many videos I had on my channel before I got monetized?
Well, fair enough. We had already got monetized and kind of figured out how to, we had more
Mhm.
practice with our second channels, I guess you could
Yeah,
say.
that's
We
facts.
had, yeah. So that made a big difference. And yeah, it's just a learning process. So any of you guys out there that are aspiring creators of any kind that watch this video, just remember it's about quality over quantity. Okay, that's one thing I've learned. Quality over quantity. I can't get a video out every week. Can't get a video out every 2 weeks, but every 3 to 4 weeks, you're going to see me somewhere. Okay, especially on this channel, our Appalachian Nightmare. It was a divinely led channel as well. I sat straight up in bed one night. Spirit gave me the name. They said, write it down, get the Gmail, get the Instagram, get the TikTok, bitch, get everything, get it. And I figured out what it was for. It's happened a year later. So I'm very grateful for everybody. And I'm grateful for Emily being willing to react to the video today, because we've already kind of talked, and I don't know if she wants to insert it because it's going to talk about it in the video, but she's already picked up on something that I picked up on. So there's something to it. But we're going to figure it out. Okay. We're going to figure it out today.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess with all that being said, and stay tuned to the end as well. There's a sneak peek for our next location. And then me and Emily are starting to put some cool things at the end of the video that we really want you guys to see if you're interested. So I guess, Emily, you want to go ahead and roll that first clip?
Word to big bird.
Birds.
Birds is the word.
All right, guys, so we are beginning our investigation here on the first floor. We are in one of the two front rooms, which is the actual original entryway. The reason we started in this room and it's kicking back in now is it's an incredible pressure and heaviness in this room. I call this the Jesus room, not to be offensive, but there's two pictures of Jesus on the wall. There's many devils, demons. Well, we're not looking for that kind of energy here. We don't really feel anything very malevolent here, but there is a lot of residual energy that I picked up on. There is a black, shadowy, static mist.
Said lunatic.
Of residual energy. Is that an individual? Or is that just an energy? Energy. Did you hear that? Am I tripping? Said listen. Let's listen then. It looks like children. Another weird thing I saw was I see myself walking through the hallways. Pretty sure it was upstairs. And I see all these like boys and girls, mainly girls though. Like children kind of, actually now that I think about it. They all have the same like shaped head and eyes. But they look cartoonish. Which cues me in from what I've learned as it being thought form type energy.
Yeah. Okay, first off, dude, that's exactly like, it was very cartoony. It was like trying to mimic what a child would look like, but didn't get right. And that's what I said in the message on Facebook. I was like, it's trying to be a kid, but doesn't know how to be a kid. So it looks freaking weird. It's like if you took what you think a kid looks like, and then you went to Temu or Wish and tried to get them to recreate it. That's what it looked like. It looked freaking weird.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I would agree. Like they all have like the same like characteristics, kind of like that cartoony vibe. And yeah, they look like they're trying to be, they're small. They look like they're trying to be children, but they didn't know how to be children. And then the first thing I had seen before that, like in the clip, so I was getting like this weird staticky, it's not painful or anything. It's just like, it's there on the back of my head. And I was seeing some kind of like masculine like energy, but it was very like staticky. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like when I was looking at it, it would just like vibrate like static and it'd be like this, and it wasn't like a still type of energy. It was weird.
Yeah. 100%. So, my full channeling, I talk more about this in the video, but in my full channeling, I picked up on the black static energy, like fog stuff, and then I also picked up on the children. I don't remember the full context. The full video channeling is only on Patreon level 2 and up because it's just too much. My videos are already too long. But yes, there is something there, in my opinion, and a lot of people believe they are children, and I respect that 100%. Okay, I've talked to people. I've had people message me that's been there many, many times. They've sent me photos of a child being captured. It has that big round face. Out of respect for the person, not going to release their name or the photo. You're just going to have to trust me. But it does have like the round, puffy cheeks and little beady eyes. And I also see something else there in that image upon further review, after reviewing it with a friend as well. you know who you are, but that's as far as I'm going to go with that because I respect other people over content. So basically, yeah, like there's definitely children that have been captured there, 100%. And some people believe they are. And I'm not going to say there's not, because if you go and watch the video, I explain how I got into my channeling, and I was greeted by what did look like a little girl, probably 8 to 11 years old, depending on just her body type. She was still fairly small. And she grabbed me by the hand. And I know this sounds cuckoo, but she took me down a well, like, and everything turned black. And I come back out in front of the Trivette Clinic in a different time or a different dimension. That's how I ended up getting so many hits the day before. She actually took me through the house and introduced me to all the energy. But yeah, Emily, you hit that one because I mean, with the timestamps, I mean, y'all can believe this or not, but she did. She sent me that a couple hours ago, probably about 2 or 3 hours ago now. It was cool. But yeah, so the fact that the Seer app got that, Seer app was not on. I picked that up the day before. We did record at the establishment at Trivette Clinic, which is a great place to investigate at, affordable as well for anybody that's in Hamptonville, North Carolina. But yeah, it's a little weird. It only gets more interesting from here. So don't click off the video if you hadn't seen it already.
Next one.
Should have warned her. Totally forgot.
And if we had multiple alarms, we need to put them up. That's what I channeled in. So we have motion sensors. They're very loud. And if we're recording, like, they will bust my eardrum if I get too close to it. Almost did actually at, what is it called? Stonewall Manor.
They absolutely have to be set up in a different room.
But there is somebody here that definitely is not as welcoming as who I feel is Miss Mary welcoming us in. My eardrum's popping.
Yeah,
It made me go deaf.
you forgot about it.
Yep, and I'm deaf. They might have just busted it. Those are the worst things ever. Yep, it did. It certainly. Yeah, it busted my eardrum.
Yeah, they need to be taped. That's a good idea.
It really did.
You know what? I actually have some tape.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I thought I've heard whispering a lot of times during this video, and I have enhanced the audio, and it's like I hear it, but I don't. That was the thing about the whole night, is like I heard it, but I didn't. Me and V both were having this issue. But what I'm about to share with you was captured directly on a phone's microphone, and I almost did not get it in time for the video. You've got to listen to this. It is absolutely amazing. What a great capture. Right after my eardrum basically got busted. Eardrum, man. Let's listen one more time. Eardrum, man. Basically, all I could hear was get out, something, something, get out, like get out of my house. Creepy AF. The best EVP we've ever captured with a microphone.
Get out right now. It's the end of you and me. It's too late, and I can't wait for you to be gone. 'Cause I know. Sound like a hag. A haggy,
Yeah.
a haggy ass. I don't even.
And this happened right after the alarms, like right after they got set off. We pissed something off. We didn't mean to. It wasn't intentional, but I triggered the motion sensor by accident, and it really did hurt. Like, it put me into a lot of pain. I was having fluid leak out of my ear, and I've reviewed that several times, and it says "get out," and it sounds like more than one voice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and then it's like, it almost sounds like it says, I don't want anyone in my house. Get out of my house. It's about what it says. And again, this was captured on a phone, not a recorder. It was captured on video. I heard it, and what you're about to see happens literally almost right after this too. It's not, they're not very far apart, the next clip, but I'm gonna let Emily say it, but I just wanted to preface this.
Energetically, I feel like something's about to run at me. Is that the next clip?
Pretty much. Yeah. And I mean, it's just, it was wild. And I had somebody else review this footage too. Well, that they chose to rather. They said they heard multiple voices. I don't know what they're doing to do that. I wish I could learn how to do that and hear multiple voices. But throughout the whole entire night, I kept hearing something and it wouldn't pick up always on my audio. This did though.
Yeah.
100%.
And
There's a haunted
it's
object associated with it too.
and it's not like you were using a spirit box or app. That was shit that you picked up during. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, it's not necessarily hard to get an EVP like that. You can get them in locations, but that loud, when I reviewed that footage and I thought we dropped something until I bumped up the volume. And this was literally a last minute, like I had already finished the video and I'm like, I can't leave this out. So that's why there's a cap cut sticker at the end. I forgot to delete. If you watch the video all the way through, because I totally forgot to delete it. Because I mean, it was like 6 a.m. in the morning. I was dog tired, but energetically, I started getting spent. And like in that green room too, it was so dizzying in that green room. And I'll tell y'all at the end why after the Estes session, if I can remember.
I don't know if you experienced this when you were there, but as I'm watching the footage, it's so weird that so I'm sitting here on my chair in my office, but for whatever reason, I feel like I'm going like this between my body and the astral, and it's just going like this, and it's making it feel very weird. I don't like it. I never had that happen before.
Yeah, I mean, you might be trying to do more remote viewing. It might be that you're putting yourself there and it's the vibrational thing.
Hmm.
Because this place, when I sat down to channel, I got a lot the
Hmm.
way I normally do it. And again, if you're new to us, I have integrity. Like everything that I do, I don't cheat because that's just not who I am. And you could basically go and watch the tour of that place and sit down and watch my session, my channeling session, and you can piece together what spirit I was picking up and stuff. It was wild. I mean, Emily may or may not know this. Again, it was a hospital at first, hospital like anywhere else you would go. And it's a smaller house too. It's not huge. Then it was a rehab center and a supper club, and then it was a nursing home, and then it shut down in the 50s and it became a home.
Probably why I'm
So,
having chest pains too.
yeah. So there was quite a few deaths on the property for sure.
Okay. Next.
Red room, filming piano. Another one on my cell phone. I'm gonna switch angles. Gonna do something unique. I don't know how you would feel about it, but we're gonna set you up here.
What the, let's watch that again. Oh my God, you can even hear it running. This is my 4th time going through this video, and I have yet to see that until now. That has legs, that is running. V just captured a very good shadow figure.
Uh,
Titsa.
so where you go to the first like thing you capture, and then you have the words at the bottom. I'm hearing whispering, but I can't make it out. Yeah. I don't think you.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Er,
I heard so much in that house that was not picked up on audio or V couldn't hear too.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys. I know sometimes he leaves things in on purpose without saying anything, but I don't know if you guys heard that one when you were editing.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Oh,
and then I did see the shadow right before you said, "What the fuck?"
yeah, it was crazy. So in the first image, I should have highlighted it more. Honestly, I thought it was V, like V shadow that made the first initial shadow when we were in the red room and it was all black and white. If you roll the footage back, you probably saw it. It was in the top right corner for those that are watching. So in the top right corner, you see like a shadow just zoom by our night vision camera. 100% just zooms right by. And then all of a sudden it runs out of the same room that we caught that shadow in. And it's not V. You can see V shadow on the door outside, but V is behind that door. So if you were in that room and you walked out that door and you turned to the left, he was back there. There's no way that shadow could have made a 90-degree turn. It would have had to went up 2 feet, 2 or 3 feet, made a 90-degree turn, and then turned back just a little bit. It was that energy. And I think it was that black staticky energy
Mhm.
that we were picking up on, that I picked up on my channel and too. Um, I need to stop. What do you think?
I did see the legs. I don't think it's V shadow because the way in which you see the legs, I mean, I can see the energy. It's thick enough to where you can see the legs. Whereas if it was like a shadow, you're not gonna see it like this in front of you. It would bend around like the surfaces if it was like his shadow, but it's not.
And V was standing behind his camera rig. So,
Mhm.
and the lights are in front of it. So there's no light over there that would cast it. And there's a room on the other side it ran into, which is where the haunted object is, which I will go ahead and say they believe her name is Emily. And she's a 3-year-old little girl that came with that haunted object. That is their personal belief.
I'm sorry, but that's not a little girl. And
I don't think what we captured was a little girl either.
mm-mm.
I would almost say it's probably the same thing that said, get out.
I would agree. My whole body hurts right now. Like my entire body hurts. I do not
Yeah.
like. I do not like.
And what you didn't see is me and V both were recovering from a cold. We had already been through it for 5 or 6 days too. And so, we felt pretty bad already. I mean, we felt good enough to go in there and do it. And I had to do it. And we didn't have any like super duper symptoms or anything. We were over being contagious. But after my ear and all that, something about those alarms, they're so loud, ear piercing. My eardrum was literally going inside of my ear. It was the weirdest thing I've ever felt in my life. And I do have less hearing in my right ear because I keep getting it injured over, years. But yeah, there's no way. I think it's the same thing that told me to get out. There are multiple things there, but that room, I have one more clip for you guys. I think this shadow form is a shape shifting shadow form 100%. I think it can kind of project and be things it was obviously avoiding, but I mean also to it what sold me, because I try to debunk, right, and but I use my discernment too, so I will leave things in that people say you could probably debunk that. If I feel like it's paranormal, I leave it in. If I don't, then I'll tell you, I don't. You'll see that throughout some of my videos, but it couldn't have been V shadow because I mean the first time it run by, that was at normal speed. V's not going to move like that. If you count it, you can hear the footsteps. Tuck, 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 tuck. I think it was 5 total, 4 or 5 footsteps. That's not humanly possible that fast. Nobody can move that fast unless you're like an Olympic athlete or something. We're not.
I'm gonna say too, like, as I'm there, I feel like this energy's trying to like do this. I don't know if you've experienced that when you were there, like that staticky thing trying to like kind of like get on top of you. I don't like it, but it doesn't feel very like it's very present, but it's not like super solid, if that makes sense. I'm not feeling that it's very like solid. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah, and I don't think it's extremely, I didn't pick up on it being like extremely dark or malevolent either.
No.
It doesn't feel, it's just I don't think this is included in this segments that I've cut out, but I do say, especially in that red room, the energy just swirls around in there. And I left, I mean, I did include some really good parts from this video, but I left a lot of evidence over in the other, original video. So there's just much more that you guys would have to go check out, which we encourage you to, of course. While you're there, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. 88 away. Please, I'm begging. Look, I'm begging. It's really important to us to keep us traveling and stuff. So, but yeah, the energy just swirls around. It just moves constantly. And I did capture orbs every time I would turn on equipment. It was like these orbs, and they were so different. I had sister orbs. They traveled in pairs, and I had Blinky, and then there was another one that somebody else named Floaty because they were just they come up multiple times, and we even had a surprise with the orbs too. Some of it's dust, right? I believe I see dust on it all the time, but this, when you see this an orb, when you see a piece of dust blinking, getting brighter and dimmer, it's not dust. It's
Mhm.
energy, spirit energy. I will argue you down. Okay.
Again, my name's Chastity, and I ask that if there are any spirits here, this is your opportunity to make a noise. We've been hearing some noises here, we think. See? You hear it upstairs?
Not yet.
I really hope our audio is picking that up. Because every time like we're in a different part of the house, we actually hear these like really low thuds.
Do you like having visitors? Would you like it if we came back here?
I feel like there's somebody right here.
How long? When?
Somebody was really hurt down here.
When you were sitting in front of the stairs on the couch, I could see something like watching you from the stairs.
Don't surprise me because it's very dizzy right there. You go down the steps, I could feel eyes on me down there too. And I could feel energy walking up to me that one time. It was a little nerve-wracking.
Mm-hmm.
I was spent though. I was so tired. I did what I could at that point because that was the end of the night. We were about 7 hours in. Once you're out here and you're psychic and you've been doing this all day, it does get harder as the night goes on.
Yeah. I'm seeing what it's not a person. It's trying to be a person looking at you with like these yellowy eyes, and it's just like resting bitch face, trying to be a person, but it's not, and just
What's
staring at
weird
you.
is your camera glitch, so it's like your head went smaller and bigger when you
Ew.
did that. Your camera went like
Ew. But yeah, I'm just
Do you think
mm,
it could be something elemental?
it's so staticky. I don't think it is. I think it's either thought for me, energy collection situation.
Hmm.
I think
I can
it's
agree with that. That's what I picked up was there was a collection of negative energy from either people or a person
hmm
that it just kind of formed together.
hmm That's what it feels like. I mean, and I think that's part of like the children that they're seeing. It's the same thing. But
Same energy source.
yeah, yeah.
I wonder if it's been brought in.
Well, if it was a hospital, I mean, you've got people dying, you probably have kids with diseases and shit like that, people suffering and all that just combining.
Hmm.
hmm
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. It did seem like a collection of energy to me, and it's just kind of doing what it wants. Now, it's so hard to hear that EVP at the end, but that's the only one we captured in the basement. There is a woman there,
The
and
hag
she's like,
looking thing, right?
"Well, I don't know. I didn't go that far. I never saw a haggish looking woman. I mean, just because like I was really focusing on the positive, like I wasn't trying to. And the only thing I picked up there, which doesn't mean anything because there's a lot of elemental energy here too. There's more in the video, I guess you could say, but there is an old woman there. I do say that there is an energy that's not so happy that we're going to be here, and that was like right, I think that was the whole get out.
That's what I
Could
was
be the
gonna
same
say.
thing. Yeah, it could be the same type of energy. Um, and maybe that's what's associated with the haunted object, which you'll have to watch the video to find out what it is.
Well, when I heard the get out, I immediately saw an old yucky looking woman. She was giving like get off my lawn vibes, like she was grumpy and not happy. It wasn't very like evil or malevolent, just cranky and just like get out of my house. Like
Yeah.
I don't think anything was like demonic. I don't think anything was that level of dark. I just think it's just negative, but like not like malevolent, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And we're dealing with earthbound or
Yeah.
lower vibrational spirits. Anytime you go to a place like this, it's generally earthbound spirits. So they're not super ascended. So that makes sense.
Mhm.
There's a lot of really nice spirits there. There's a lot of neutral spirits there, I will say. I've been in contact with somebody that's been there tons of times, and they said that they've actually developed relationships and stuff, which I can appreciate. I can definitely appreciate just from experience, though, the little girl children thing. I don't, I still am not 100% convinced. I do want to go back. I mean, we've got one more clip. This is the longest clip. This is the Estes session. Very interested to see what Emily picks up on it, and I'm sure she might have something else to add before we move to it. But just to preface, I do want to go back to this location and see, what else can be got because it's a chill enough location where you're not. Well, I did get super drained the next day. I had a paranormal hangover. I actually relapsed in my cold, but we were in the cold for 8 hours, 9 hours.
Mhm. I'm seeing a man, a skinnier framed man, lanky, tall. He's got dark brown hair. I would say like blue eyes, and he's wearing like glasses. Like
Yeah.
um they're like dark rimmed glasses.
Do you see any other his clothes, like any other clothes he may have on?
He's wearing like a brown or dark like it almost looks like a vest, like one of
Mhm.
those you're a dapper gentleman like I don't even know what time period it is.
Yeah.
20s?
Yeah, the place was built in 32, but the doctor was already in his like late 30s or so when he built it.
Yeah, he's wearing like that the fuck. That vest and then he has a white long sleeve shirt underneath it and I see him with this like little fancy pocket and his matching pants. That's the same color as the vest.
Yeah, so I see a man very similar, and I saw him when I did the Parafest there because I was a psychic reader for the Parafest there back in April of 2024. And as soon as I walked in, he saw me, but he had a hat on. The
Yep.
only difference is he had a hat on, and he ended up having a jacket on that was a little bit longer, but it was that same color, like a dark brown, and he had the glasses. It was a little different, just a tiny bit different, but not by much. And he wasn't there that night, but his energy, when you tune into this place remotely or even walk in there, he is very present. He just watches.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he does. He just watches. He wants to see what's going on. He was moving in and out of the house at the Paracon, just like watching everybody. What are you doing? But yeah, he's there. And y'all don't believe me, you can go back. I think it might be on the Luminary Luna Beams, because I didn't create our Appalachian Nightmare then, but the live is on Luminary Luna Beams when I walked through the house the first time, and I picked up on Mary, which she's a big part of this video. And I picked up on that guy too, and some other things. But anyways.
Interesting. That's some fun validation.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
SE session. I got the SB7 spirit box here, headphones that hopefully are not going to let me hear anything outside of it. Chastity's going to ask questions, and I'm going to shout out the words that I hear on the spirit box, and hopefully they line up and match.
You're a dick.
I'm not doing it to be a dick.
Oh, you're not supposed to be able to hear me.
I don't have it on yet.
How many spirits are here?
Again. Light.
I can bring light. I can bring it in right now if you want me to. I'm gonna try to bring in the light.
No.
Why?
Hurry.
What do you need me to do?
Go.
I'll bring in the light if you want me to. Do you need it?
The mark.
The mark of what? The mark. Stabbed. Were you hurt here? Who hurt you?
Just quit.
I can stop if you want me to. Is there anybody else that wants to step forward and speak?
Again, go.
We'll go. I'm sorry if we're bothering you. You don't have to stay here. You can leave. I'm feeling a presence over here.
Hide.
Oh, you hiding now because you can tell that I can feel you.
I'm going.
Okay, if you need to go, you can go to the light. You don't have to stay here.
Good.
I can open the light portal up for you right now.
Feeling a pain on my shoulder.
It's so crazy because I was getting ready. I was literally thinking that. Like, it's going to touch him on his shoulder.
Horrible.
I should have said something. The light portal is being opened up to my right side.
Pride.
You got to let go of it to move forward.
Good luck.
Well, it's your mind state. You still have a consciousness. I'm about done. I'm starting to get like my heart racing and starting to feel kind of bad.
It's really hard for me to make out what they're saying.
Well,
I'm very dizzy.
I'm dizzy too. There's something here that there's a spirit stuck here.
There's something that don't want to be here, but it doesn't know that it can leave.
Well,
It knows that it can leave, but it only wants to leave under certain circumstances. And
I gave it a out.
it's not going to take it.
Yeah, well, I gave it a out. The out is there if it wants
Chest
it.
and stomach area is getting freezing cold right now.
Yep, off of him now.
Like my whole body is warm except for right here.
Yep, you need to pull it off then.
Well, I mean, there's nothing like, I think I've stepped into it. I don't know. I'm not doing Estes no more, so you don't need to be trying to communicate through me.
What?
So just before you say anything, I removed a lot of that, not to give any hints away, because I'm very interested to see if you could tell a gender of who I was talking to.
Mm. Well, the biggest thing that I was picking up was that shadow thing slinking around the corners. It would just go around the outside perimeter, and it was just slinking around the corners. Um, Man, I was picking up a man.
Yeah, me too. That's what I thought I was talking to. I further say there's two energies. I felt a man and a woman energy down there, which was validating when I went back and I heard the lady when we left to go back up the steps and go out the house. She's like, good. But that's what happened in the last clip, but yes, I felt like I was speaking to a man, and there's something very interesting about that particular corner, and I correlated that corner to the room above it having the same feeling. It's very portally energy in that area, and because of a certain thing that happened there. Not going to say, just save it if you're interested, check it out. All the history is in the very first part of the video. There is chapters in the comments. But yeah, so to validate, there is a shadow figure. I've seen things that people have sent me with shadow figures captured down there. They say that it may be the janitor. He's called Tiny, but he's not tiny. He's big. And there's a shadow figure that walks in the back of the basement too.
Mm-hmm.
That is supposedly male. And
Yeah.
this is from tons of paranormal investigations. This is where they've got all their information from. So just, yeah, there's
Mm-hmm.
shadow figures captured down there as well.
I saw you open the portal even before you even said you were opening it. I could see it. It was so pretty.
Yeah, and I couldn't pull it. It would not let me open it in the house. I had to do it outside.
I saw it where you were standing, like it
It
right
was,
to the right. I saw it.
yes, it was. It was 100%. I opened it up directly to my right, but it would not. Well, I'm glad that you saw it there because the way I felt it, it was right outside of the brick wall. So I'm glad that it was. I tried my best. I'm like, here it is. You'll want it. And it's not, it's very, very common. And, we're using SB7. We're not using necrophonic. That's through the radio. Courtesy of Emily, if I can spit it out. The SB7, I like that thing because it's the radio. It's just like a Bobby Mackey's. We literally got play with cat balls on that thing. The radio, there's no radio station going to say that,
Mm-hmm.
so I trust it. It's a device that I do trust. And I mean, I know it's up for perception, but yes, I did open a light portal. It was like a vortex.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a portal, not a vortex, but it was like a cone. It was kind of like a cone. It was bigger and then it got smaller and smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I tried, but there's more there. I cut out just for the sake of time.
Mm-hmm.
But that area, I did end up having heart palpitations for like 45 minutes after leaving, but that was probably on me because I had a little too much caffeine, the kind of caffeine I shouldn't have, Red Bull, because I was so tired. And I drank a little, I drank it over a period of hours, but I took a couple big swigs in that basement. Between that and pushing my body, I was done.
Mm-hmm.
Stick a fork in me, come home, fell right asleep, paranormal hangover, done. Ready. I went back a week later to a Christmas party, still could feel the energy in that place. I sat at that bar too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're picking up on anything that could have happened in that corner, but and it's not maybe what you think, but it was tough.
Dude, my stomach feels really freaking weird. It feels like pins and needles, and that's not a feeling I get.
You're getting that from V.
Oh.
He has that happen with his gallbladder. Plus, he could have been feeling that because he said it in the video. You might be picking up that sensation from him or whatever was making him feel that way. Because V is sensitive. He
Mm-hmm.
does get information. I still don't know. I've not even asked him when he said back in the last clip. He's like, "Who? When?" I don't have
Mm-hmm.
no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah. Interesting.
This artificial moonlight's kind of cool.
I feel very jittery and like, I don't know, very shaky and
that's probably could be from me because that's how I felt.
But it can also be from me because of the stuff I've been
Yeah.
feeling too.
Yeah. You just what you're feeling is how we felt
Mm-hmm.
right then and there. Ultimately though, that place is super fascinating. Doug and Tim are super sweet. They're the owners of the establishment. Yeah, I mean, go to Trivette Clinic. Guys, I'm going to say this and I'm going to continue to say this. North Carolina is the next paranormal hotspot. I've filmed 3 more videos since that video, and you're getting ready to see the ending. We're going to wrap it up. But Trivette Clinic and then the next location and the 2 locations after that have been, I don't even know what I've captured at these places yet, but just being there and experiencing it is better than anything I've been so far. And I've only been to 9 locations now, but still, North Carolina is where it's at. So, all you big YouTubers, I know you're watching our channel. Y'all need to come out here. I'm gonna take y'all somewhere. No, I don't. I'm kidding. But like for real, anybody that's into ghost hunting, like you probably should make a trip. If you don't know where to go, ring a ling ling me up. That's on the IG. Just let me know. I'll tell you. I mean, it's fascinating. Fascinating. Anything else you want to add before we roll the last clip?
No, but I feel like shit now.
I'm sorry.
Let's get it going. All right, next clip.
Well, guys, that's it for the Trivette Clinic investigation. What a wild night. Unfortunately, there is no official outro because we both ended up being so tired. But thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, peace out. It's cold, cold, cold.
Do you want to be here?
This is the most REM pod activity I've ever seen.
Lots of us.
Lots of us, yeah, we know.
Make your presence known. That's what we want.
It's a cold spot. Feel it right here.
Yeah.
It's everywhere now.
Yeah, it's traveled over this way too. It's like it's spreading out.
And they're scared of us. I'm scared of you.
Ah,
Don't be scared. We're not here to harm you.
No, we just want to talk to you.
Yeah. We just want to know your story. We want to communicate.
We didn't
We
know.
want to find out who you are. We're not here to hurt you. Don't be scared. Who's on the stairs?
the temperature change. No, it's not. It's touching it.
Yeah, that's changing the color. I hate it.
It's going down the steps. It just went from one to the other.
Can you walk up the steps? Go away again.
That's the next location, Madison Dry Goods, baby. 28 Days Haunted, Madison Dry Goods. There's not many investigators. I think we were the first. I don't think we were the first allowed on the 3rd floor, but to do a full investigation like this after hours, we were the first since that, to my knowledge. That's what I was told. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. We were the first to go up there since they filmed 28 Days Haunted. They've had something there, like with a group, but as a private, we had 2 hours. We ended up having about 2.5 hours. If you saw in that video, the REM pods, there was 3 on the steps. I'm not going to tell you what I was seeing because that's going to be the next video coming out in the next 2 weeks on our Appalachian Nightmare. But I do have something to share that I'm excited about. We're going to get to spend the night. And I don't mean like just locked in. I'm almost positive we're going to have to bring air mattresses. And I'm telling you right now, what I saw, the Estes session, I've let y'all see it on this channel. What I saw crawling, I'm going to be sleeping with that. I'm not going to sleep. I'm recording all night long. I'm a night bird. I know some of the other people I'm going with are not. This bitch is going to be up all night. I'm so excited. So maybe in the end of March, we're going to be filming that video. So we're really excited. But yeah, guys, fascinating. I'm fine. I mean, I know it's my content, but I'm not trying to sound cocky when I say this either. You're not getting this kind of stuff on a lot of people don't capture this kind of stuff, so I've got to the point where it's like, it's awesome to get this kind of stuff, but it's like, is people going to believe me? Like, it's legit. I swear to God, 100% on everything, like factual. So overall thoughts about the Trivette Clinic. People call it Trivette, but it is Trivette. Anything you want to add about the place? What you think about it?
Dude, I would go. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of clairsentient stuff though. So
Yeah. And it's not that bad there either. There's a lot of love.
no.
It's a lot of love there. I felt in the basement. I felt overwhelmingly love. A part that I did leave out is I said the woman Mary was with me, and she was keeping something away. Like, she was there. She was awesome. Very welcoming energy. But when you went into the cracks and crevices and corners, there were things that were not happy. So
That thing in the perimeter just slinking around the corners.
yeah, it's a fascinating place out here in old Appalachia. Y'all got to come see us.
Appalachia.
But yeah, guys, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Thanks, Emily, for giving me your opinions on the place. I'm sure if you come down this way, I'll get to see. It's only an hour from my house. So, yeah, if you come to North Carolina, you might as well plan on going to a few places, because I got a few places within like an hour of each other. Make a few days of it.
Make a week-long vacation.
Yep. Down here in old Appalachia.
Dude, I would love to sleep over at some of these places. And you know how my astral realm experiences and dreams are. It'll get wild.
Emily's going to come out all like, looking like this.
I'll be like,
she's clairsentient.
And then I'll be sending you like novel length like experiences. And then you're going to be like, I need my app to read it out loud to me.
Yeah, so Emily sends me long typed messages because she types them. So I get natural AI reader and throw it in there and let it read it to me. Not to speed it up, because these days this chick's busy, but it's fine. I love it. I love it.
Hashtag 1.5 speed.
Yeah. Yeah. But guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't seen the video, please go check it out. And again, if you don't mind, please give it a subscribe. Subscribe if you don't mind, because again, I'm only 88 folks away. I enjoyed that investigation, and I don't know what we're doing next week. We're kind of living on a prayer, living on the edge. We're rolling with it. We're riding the wave. But we have some super important announcements. You may or may not have seen them at the end of the video, so please hang around. And Emily, do you have anything else you want to add?
No. I feel really yucky now.
I'm sorry.
It could be me, though.
I hope not. All right, guys. Well, until next time, we love you guys. Super awesome, special folks, and peace out.
Peace out.
Hello, everyone. I have a special announcement to make. Coming early in 2025, I am releasing my new Manifesting with the Moon prompt journal. You will be able to work with the lunar energy to help you manifest your goals. It includes how to manifest all 8 lunar phases, builds intuition with guided prompts, plus more. It has 120 plus pages. Here are some examples of what you will see in the book that I created to help you on your journey through manifestation. It is 8.5 by 11 inches with space to doodle and practice card readings. Plus, it pairs with my Manifesting with the Moon class. It stands alone, or you can do both. It's totally up to you. It will be available on Amazon very soon, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for checking it out, and I look forward to launching this project for you guys in 2025.
Did you know that over 45% of people report experiencing paranormal activity in their lives? The unexplained is closer than you think. Yet, many turn to risky methods that can attract unpredictable energies, leading to unsettling experiences.
Introducing the Spiritual Defenses, the Haunted Oracle deck, a safer alternative for those eager to explore the spiritual realms. If you are interested in supporting this project, click the Indiegogo link in the description box below. From there, you will be able to learn more about this project, donate, pre-order your own deck, and share out the link. Whichever you decide, thank you for taking the time to check things out. Thank you to all that took the time to listen to this week's episode. Your support means the world to us. And remember, all of us have the ability to shine brightly and shed positivity, even in the darkest of places. Stay safe, stay well, and light it up!